Hey, everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm here with Brian, Massey's Main Entertainment, Randy, Randall Nelson, and Doc. We're going to take a look at 1975, our favorite songs of the year, doing the 50 favorites, where we share and compile our lists, break them down individually, and then look at the compilation at the end, where we have a ranking system and a point system and see where we all come out. So it's nice to delve into our individual lists as we do in the beginning and see what our taste of music was for each given year. So that's where we're at. 1975, right smack dab in the middle of the 70s. My opinion, the greatest decade in music history. Tonight's order, we're going to go Brian, Doc, Randy, and myself. So without any further ado, let's jump in and see what we've got on the slate tonight. Brian, I'll bring your list up momentarily, and we can delve into it with your top 10. So,
sure.
Bang, here we go. Okay.
Awesome.
Take it away.
Yeah, a little bit of number 10 got a little bit of a deeper cut there from Blood on the Tracks, Meet Me in the Morning. I like it because it's really kind of just a traditional kind of blues feel to it. So one of my favorite songs off of there. Randy, you're a big fan of the album, so I figured you'd be okay with that pick. Born to Run, got to have a Bruce song in the top 10, I feel. Mine may not be as high as some of the other gentlemen here that are going to have Bruce there, but I definitely wanted to give Bruce some love. It is definitely his pinnacle album. Number 8, I've got Dreamweaver from Gary Wright. Just a post Spooky Tooth Gary Wright, so a little less psychedelic and a little bit more traditional pop here. Doc, you probably like my number 7. I got It's a Long Way to the Top by AC/DC. One of the coolest covers I've ever heard of this was done by Dropkick Murphys, using the bagpipes in there. Just incredible. It's a great song by AC/DC. Again, Doc's with me on number 6 with Sweet Emotion by Aerosmith. I felt like that you got to have some Aerosmith in there if you're going to be indicative of the 70s. I've got Landslide from Fleetwood Mac. Really great tune, well written, beautiful vocals from Stevie Nicks. Just an all-time song for me. 10 Years Gone from Led Zeppelin. One of my favorite deeper songs by Zepp. Doesn't really get a lot of love from A1 traditional fans, but anyone who digs a little deeper, runs across this song, always seems to like it. Again, another representation from Blood on the Tracks at number 3 from Shelter from the Storm. Just a beautiful song. Great delivery from Bob here. Just absolutely love it. I think Rich will love my number 2. I've got Someone Saved My Life Tonight. My favorite song by Elton John. Ironically, being on my least favorite album by Elton John, I think this is really the only decent song on there, and that could be I could be in the minority there. And finally, my number 1 is also my number 2 favorite song of all time. So that was kind of a no-brainer here to put Wish You Were Here at number 1. Doc, I'm sure you in total agreement here as far as Pink Floyd goes. You're not going to argue with me on that very much. So that's my top 10.
Very good.
The smoking top 10, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you.
All first-rate songs, of course. What do you say? I love your number 2, by the way. and the other ones too. Let me look at the ones that just finished outside the top 10, and
yeah.
You can just run through them if you want. Just talk.
Oh, sure.
About
I mean, I got Rihanna. And we're still kind of sticking with Fleetwood Mac there, and that's just another great song. Doc loves, Alice Cooper, and he turned me on to this album and this song actually. So big thumbs up there. Again, I'm with Dylan. Got a little bit of Trampled Underfoot. Here's my second favorite Bruce song from that album, 10th Avenue Freeze Out. I got to have another tune by obviously Floyd, Have a Cigar. Magic Man makes an appearance here. Heart, I got to give them a lot of love. Bohemian Rhapsody is just, a lot of people say it's overplayed. It's probably the most played song on Spotify, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a great song. And Over My Head, I love the vocals by Christine McVie. That's why I put it so high. And then Rich, I got your Eagles there, just barely outside the top 10 one of these nights. So
appreciate that. Yeah, that's solid too. That's a great backup list for sure. I love seeing Fleetwood Mac represented heavily in 75 because, as we know, Rumors in 77 is their quintessential album. But that album they put out, the self-titled so-called White album in 75 is not chopped liver. It's excellent. It's got really great songs on it. So there we go. Let's go into Doc's list. Doc, hit us with your top 10 there.
Well, there you go. So, Brian, there you start off, man. It's a long way to the top.
There you
AC/DC, cracking in my top 10. Yeah, you know me well, buddy. So, yes, this is pretty easy for me to have an AC/DC here in the 70s popping. So, my number 9, I'm going to go with more of a lesser known track from Aerosmith, but I think it's right up there as one of my favorite Aerosmith songs, man. No More, No More. If you don't know this song, I think you'd like it just as a rock song, to be honest with you. It's a great tune. I think it's, you don't have to be an Aerosmith fan to like it. If it's a good song, and that's where it is with me. There's some Floyd coming in for you there, Brian. I got Welcome.
There you go.
Wish You Were Here is a friggin' masterpiece, man. So you'll see that on my list here at the top 50, but here you go. I got Welcome coming in at number 8. So pretty easy for me to put in a Floyd here in the top 10. And we'll see that later on as well. But the Eagles Take It to the Limit, popping in at number 7. Well, it's high on my list of Eagles tunes, man. This is a great one. And we're going to see some Eagles pop up here as we move along. So makes it harder to do sometimes, but yeah, I had to have it in my top 10, man. It's a classic Eagles tune for me. Right with you on the Landslide from Fleetwood, popping in again. I don't know how it went on your numbers there, but I've got obviously you can see I got Sweet Emotion right after it, and I'm thinking you had something in this neighborhood. So
yeah, maybe just flipped, I think.
But, 2 classic songs from the 70s here at 75, so easy for me to do. Born to Run, it's my favorite Springsteen album, man. And these are probably my 2 favorite. I can flip a coin sometimes on these 2, but I got Jungle Land and Born to Run back to back here on my top 10. Yes, I'm sure Rich is happy about that, and so is Randy, and sure you are, Brian as well.
Yep.
It deserves the love, and yeah, this is peak Springsteen to me. So Kashmir at number 2, man. Zeppelin, just a rocking tune, man. And we've talked about it many times. Zeppelin in the 70s, man, just kicks. So and there's my number 1. Wish You Were Here from Floyd, man.
Total agreement.
I kind of agree with you there, buddy. I think it's the best tune out of 75 in my eyes, man. One of the best songs ever as well. So I have a few Floyds that I really like, and this is really, really high for me as well.
Excellent list.
Very, very good. A lot of great ones in there. I'm happy to see the Eagles, Fleetwood Mac, Zeppelin, Springsteen, many favorites. Awesome. Pink Floyd, of course. Doc's 11 through 20. Doc, run through them quick, please.
Really quickly there. Working it down, their Shooting Star from Bad Company at 20. I think you had the Dreamweaver on your list as well, Brian, previously in the top 10. So get the idea, man. There's 50 great songs. I can listen to my top 50 at any time. Hair of the Dog, kind of like some mid-70s Nazareth, man. And then Razzmatazz, Hair of the Dog, This Light Tonight. There's lots of great ones in here. So, but I have this one coming into my top 20. Slow Ride. It's a classic rock song, man, if you want the truth. And really catchy hooks, man. So still like this song today, man. It's really cool. Yeah, there's Wish You Were Here popping again, eh? Have a cigar.
Yeah.
That's 3 of my top 20. But there's 3 Aerosmiths popping in my top 22 because Toys in the Attic, that tune is just a rocking tune, man. Another AC/DC for you, TNT. Nights on Broadway, maybe a little bit of a surprise from the Bee Gees, but what a great tune. Only Women Bleed, there you go, Brian. From Cooper, really great song. And Rihanna is, I think, the same spot almost as you too, or somewhere around there, something like that as well. But just outside my top 10, but Rihanna popping in at number 11.
Yeah, nice.
Man, we matched a lot, Doc.
Yeah, we did, buddy.
Yeah,
absolutely solid all the way through. The one that's always sticks out to me is Doc's love for the Bee Gees. You just don't think of him as a Bee Gees guy, but what a great song. And in 1975, they were making that little surge before they hit Saturday Night Fever, and that's one of the songs, Nights on Broadway.
Yep.
Very cool. All right, let's go to Randy's top 10. There we go.
Oh,
yeah. Well, my number 10, I got Slip Kid here from The Who, off a very underrated Who album, I think, The Who by Numbers. And I got Jungle Land, Bruce Springsteen. I always think about this song when I think about it in concert. One of the times I went to see him, there was somebody up in the balcony had a sign, it was Exxon, which was beneath that giant Exxon sign that gives these fair city vouchers. So I always thought that was cool. A Simple Twist of Fate, Bob Dylan doing a breakup song. Nobody can do it like him.
Right.
Love Gone Wrong. I'm with Doc here on Kashmir. Great drumming by Bonham, and just fantastic tune. Number 6, I got No Woman, No Cry. I didn't put it on the last one because I love the live version off Live. To me, it's the best one, and that's the one I picked. 5, I got Young Americans, David Bowie, going a little R&B here, or David Bowie's going a little R&B.
Great tune.
Number 4, I got Tangled Up in Blue, Bob Dylan. That's just a great tune that kind of tells a story, kind of a wild story, wild tale, but it's pretty fun. And then, of course, probably Bruce's signature song. I had to have it on here. Number 3, Born to Run. And you've already gone over Wish You Were Here, which probably it's my favorite Floyd song.
Yeah.
And then number 1, I've always loved Thunder Road. I love the imagery on that, the screen door slams, listening to Roy Orbison, just the lyrics on that song from Bruce are just amazing to me. That's going to be my number 1.
Wow. You also had 2 Dylan tunes, but 2 different Dylan tunes in the top 10. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are great ones.
Oh, yeah. It's a great list. What do you want?
Like to see Bowie in there. I might have to say support that on my list. Excellent.
Yeah.
The traditional Who pick, every album. That's good stuff. Let's get into the 11 through 20. Go ahead, Randy. Run through that.
Right. 20 Wild One. I think this album off Fighting kind of ranks with Jailbreak, but it doesn't get the recognition.
Yep.
I picked Shine on You Crazy Diamond from Pink Floyd. Love is the Drug, maybe the best known Roxy Music song. Once Bitten, Twice Shy is probably the best known Ian Hunter solo song. Of course, like him of Mott the Hoople. Then I got another Dylan tune on here, Shelter from the Storm, that Brian had. Then Over My Head, the Fleetwood Mac song. That one's always booked to me. I always like that one. However Much I Booze by The Who, which was a great Townsend tune that Townsend sang because Roger Daltrey didn't want him to think that he was an alcoholic. But it's a great tune. It Makes No Difference, the band, great tune. Steely Dan off my favorite Steely Dan album, Katie Lied, Dr. Wu. And that's where the title of the album comes from, that song. And then Warm Beer and Cold Women. I had to have a Tom Waits song on here. I love that album that it comes off of. Just him like in a lounge, just talking to people, kind of sound.
Well, I think now that you put in Shine on You Crazy Diamond, I think almost all the tracks for Wish You Were Here are accounted for. There's only 6 anyway, right? So. And I love that you got Roxy Music in your top 20. I like that.
Love everything. Love that band song.
Yeah, and Pete Townsend didn't drink that much, so I don't know why I told him.
just a silly rumor going around. All right, here we go. I'm going to jump in with my top 10. I love Young Americans, that title track. I love the lyrics on it, and it's a great album from Bowie, and it's my favorite track off that. I got back-to-back Eagles at 9 and 8 off the One of These Nights albums. Lion Eyes, that classic storytelling, and Take It to the Limit with the great Randy Meisner vocal, fantastic. Thunder Road is my wild card because we were only supposed to pick. We had a minimum of 2 Springsteen songs. I had to have a third here in my top 10. Randy's right. The imagery is fantastic. It's a great lead-off track off the album. Wish You Were Here, which so far has a 1, and a 2. I put it at 6, which is not exactly a slouchy kind of ranking, but that's where it ranks on mine because I like my top 5 songs a little bit better, and that's Tangled Up in Blue by Dylan, Born to Run, the epic state song of New Jersey, pretty much nowadays, from Bruce Springsteen, his quintessential signature song. As Brian noted, Someone Saved My Life Tonight, one of Elton's great songs. Bernie Taupin's lyrics, of course, makes it at number 3. That band song, if any other year, probably would be number 1. I love Rick Danko's kind of anguished vocal on it. It's a great performance in the last waltz as well. And Jungle Land in the argument as my favorite song of all time, just for the operatic kind. It just jumps back and forth with the piano playing, the guitar playing, the storytelling. It's sort of a West Side Story motif with the squaring off of the two local groups there. So let's go into my 11 through 20. This is my safety net area where I've got My Little Town by Simon and Garfunkel, which was a comeback song. They each had it on their individual solo albums, and it was a hit record. Bohemian Rhapsody was too big a song to leave out of my top 20 by Queen. It's everywhere, so I put it on there. I love Crazy on You by Heart. Houses of the Holy off of Physical Graffiti, the great song. Wanted to put that on there, a real rocker for me. Shelter from the Storm, Bob Dylan. Simple Twist of Fate, another Dylan. The great album that the Divorce album. I had to have them both listed here in my top 20. Janis Ian's Poignant at 17. Sort of the Ugly Duckling Lament. Great song. Diamonds and Rust by Joan Baez is sort of a look back at her relationship with Bob Dylan. I love the lyricism in there, and it's personal, and you know the main two people, the person singing the song and the person that's the song is about. I love everything about it. And then there's 2 tracks, Landslide and Rhiannon, off the White Album from 75. That fills out my top 20.
Excellent.
Very great, man.
Wow.
Sure it is.
You
can see how it unfolds for the 50, how the top 10 is going to look.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
And away we go. Here we come with the tabulation of our favorite songs of 1975. As you can see, Wish You Were Here won really pretty easily. It was on everybody's list and quite high. It was a top 10er for everybody, as was Born to Run. It just didn't have the number 1 vote. So there's 8 points down in the ranking.
Right.
Jungle Land finished a really solid third, which I was happy to see. Someone Saved My Life Tonight, Kashmir, Landslide, Tangled Up in Blue, Thunder Road, Shelter from the Storm, and Sweet Emotion. That rounds out the top 10.
Excellent.
Right on.
Really solid top 10 for that year.
Randy, not having Sweet Emotion, man, on your list.
It's tough.
Yeah.
That's the only top 10 song that wasn't a sweep for all 4 of us was Sweet Emotion. Randy left it off, but everybody else had.
Oh, Brian left off Thunder Road.
Oh, yes, he did. Good call. Yes. Brian left off Thunder Road. So we had 8 of those that all 4 of us had. Then we go to Young Americans, which did well. Take It to the Limit, nice. Bohemian Rhapsody, little Have a Cigar. There you go, Doc. AC/DC coming in strong at 15.
Right on. Nice to see.
Yeah. Rhiannon, one of Fleetwood Mac's best. There's Dreamweaver, One of These Nights, the title track. Nice 3 votes. Over My Head had a couple votes. TNT. Woo! 10th Avenue Freeze Out did okay. Saturday Night Special by Skinner had 3 out of the 4 votes.
It's a great tune.
There we go. And there's Fly By Night. There's Rush for you, Doc, coming in at 29.
Hey, 3 of us had it. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was the dissenting vote on that one. There we go. There's Squeeze Box. Magic Man, Trampled Underfoot had a couple votes. Doc and I standing up for Houses of the Holy. I love
great tune.
Doc. I'm with you on Slow Ride. It's a great 70s song. I had it a little bit further down, but I had to put it on my list.
Yeah, sure.
There's Love Is the Drug by Roxy Music. Brian and Randy had that one. Hair of the Dog. Shooting Star. Strange Magic had 3 wild card votes.
Wow.
And finished in the top 40 down there. There's Low Rider by War. A great song. Tush. ZZ Top.
Right on. 27.
Look how we both have Backstreets at 23. That's kind of different.
Yeah, Randy and I both had Backstreets at 23, and Tush had 227s.
Wow.
What's going on here? I'm Not in Love by 10cc. Catmandu, Bob Seger.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this list. There's one of our first soul songs. Let's Wake Up, Everybody. Listen to What the Man Said. There's Waits. Anybody else down here that we haven't talked about? There's Ophelia, another band. Great song.
Excuse me.
April Wine. There you go.
I'm the only one with that one, I'm sure.
Waylon Jennings, Randy. Little UFO. Sarah Smile by Hall & Oates. Brian had that. Eggs and Sausage in a Cadillac.
Gotta be Randy.
That's Randy.
I'm the only one with She's the One by Springsteen.
And Jive Talking by the Bee Gees again.
Yep.
Doc representing the Bee Gees.
Doc bringing the Bee Gees.
Without a doubt.
Doc, how do you pronounce this April Wine song here?
Ooh, what a night.
Excuse me.
Oh, Ooh, What a Night. Okay, makes sense.
I knew I'd be the only one with Patti Smith's song, so that's fine.
Gloria, Patti Smith. Got to go Poco, Sun Almost Fire, Bad Sneakers, Neil Young.
Yeah. Death. I don't think I know who that is even.
I don't know who Death is either. Tell us
Death is
about
it's like an early alternative rock band.
that. Oh,
Yeah. Very little known album it came off of.
I had to represent with my Pop Boys America, Sister Gold.
There you go. Yeah.
I always like this song Miracles too by Jefferson Starship. I put that down on my list.
Yeah, I had Elvin Bishop. So who am I
Elvin Bishop, cool. Sticks,
Yep, Sweet Madam Blue. That's a great song.
Spinners, and rounding it out is KC and the Sunshine Band.
Sometimes you got to put it on there, boys.
Doc gave him a
bringing the
number
love.
50 on his ranking.
You got it. Show a
That's
little
pretty
love
cool.
to the boys. Listen, do you guys hear the tune? You'll move a little.
That's awesome. Doc
Anyway,
bringing the disco.
That rounds out our favorite 50 tunes. We had 111 songs all together, which is cool. Spread out all over the place. So I think that top 10 tells you all you need to know. If you want to listen to 1975 music, you're going to get some Floyd, some Springsteen, little Elton, Led Zeppelin, Fleetwood Mac, Bob Dylan, Aerosmith, the Bowie, Eagles. I mean, that's it. That's what you're listening to in 75 there.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
I'm going
Excellent.
to take that down. Awesome job, guys.
Very fun.
I want to invite everybody who hasn't seen the earlier years. We started in 65. Go back and watch them. They'll all be linked in the description below. If you missed a year, we'd appreciate you going back and watching, commenting, like, subscribe to everybody's channel here. The series will continue next time when we look at 1976. We're not sure quite yet how far we're going to take this, but we're going to at least finish out the decade of the 70s. I'd like to do that, and then we'll figure out where we're going to go next. We could come back with the 80s at a later point just to break up the monotony and see how it goes. But be sure to subscribe to Randall Nelson, Brian at Massey's Main Entertainment. And like I said, leave some comments. Give us your top 10. I'd like to see where your favorite songs are. Some of the ones we left out, which obviously there are many because decades filled with great songs. So thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Take care, and we'll see you next time.